Beitzah 25b, top of the page, with the words Orach Ara Kamash Milan. It was finishing the idea that Rami Bar Chama is only teaching etiquette. Orach Ara Kamash Milan. The sages teach proper manners, unconnected to any prohibition, as it is taught in Beitzah. A person should not eat garlic or onions from the side of its head. What does that mean? In other words, its roots, but rather from the side of its leaves. And if he did it in that manner, he gives the appearance of being a glutton. Oh. Similarly, a person should not drink his cup of wine all at once. And if he did in this manner, he gives the appearance of being a greedy drinker. The sages taught in this regard, one who drinks his cup all at once is a greedy drinker. And if he does so in 2 swallows, it is proper etiquette. In three swallows, he is of a haughty spirit, as he presents himself as overly delicate and refined. Apropos the previous discussion, the Gemara notes that Rami Bar Abba also said, the sea squill, a plant from the lily family whose roots project deep into the ground, will cut off the feet of the wicked in the future on the day of judgment. It's customary to plant sea squill on the edges of fields as boundary markers because their roots grow straight down without spreading out. Those who overstep boundaries and infringed upon their neighbor's property should have heeded the markers and desisted. Similarly, young trees will cut off the feet of butchers and those who have relations with menstruating women. After a tree is planted, one must wait 3 years before eating its fruit. This should serve as a lesson for those butchers who hasten to eat of the animal's meat before removing its hide, and for those who have relations with menstruating wives and do not wait for them to achieve ritual purification. Tormosa, the lupine, turmis, an extremely bitter legume that is edible only after an extensive process, will cut off the feet of the enemies of the Jewish people. A euphemism for the Jewish people themselves. As it is stated, and the children of Israel continued to do evil in the sight of the Lord, and served the Baal and Ashtaroth, and the gods of Aram, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines, and they forsook the Lord and did not serve him. Termosa? I don't know where Termosa comes in there. What does it have to do with it? By inference from that, I was explaining. By inference from that which is stated, and they forsook the Lord, do I not know that they did not serve him? Rather, for what purpose does the verse state the seemingly unnecessary words, and did not serve him? Rabbi Elazar said, the Holy One, blessed be he, said, my children, do not treat me even like this lupine, which, because it is inedible as it is, must be cooked in water 7 times in order to temper its bitter taste, and is eventually made so sweet that one eats it as a dessert after a meal. They worshipped all these 7 types of idolatry. Listen to the verse, and even after I pushed them for each and every one of them, punish them for each and every one of them, they still refused to repent from their evil ways. Instead, they remained rebellious and did not serve me. The Gemara considers another aspect of the character of the Jewish people. It is taught in the Beitzah and in the name of Rabbi Meir. For what reason was the Torah given to the Jewish people? It is because they are impudent, and the Torah study will weaken and humble them. A sage of the school of Rabbi Yishmael taught the following with regard to the verse: from his right hand went a fiery law for them, Eish Das Lamo, Miyamino Eish Das Lamo. Deuteronomy 32, verse 2. 332, today's Thursday. The Holy One, blessed be He, said, based on their nature and character, these people, the Jews, are fit to be given a fiery law, a hard and scorching faith. Some say, a different version of this Beitzah, the way and nature of these people, the Jews, are like fire, as, well, fire is Gematria Jew, 38. As, were it not for the fact that the Torah was given to the Jewish people, whose study and observance restrained them, no nation or tongue could withstand them. Okay. Behind let's try it. And this is the same as what Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish said. There are three impudent ones: the Jewish people among the nations, the dog among animals, and the rooster among birds. Some say also the goat among small cattle. And some say also the caper bush among trees. It was taught in the Mishnah, if one slaughtered an animal on a festival in the field, he may not bring it to his house on a pole, as it appears similar to weak activity. The sages taught in Beitzah, a blind person may not go out on a festival with his cane, nor a shepherd with his satchel. One may not go out on a chair borne on poles by other people, neither man nor woman. All these are considered weak activities, the performance of which would display disrespect for the festival. The Gemara asks, is that so? But didn't Rabbi Yaakov bar Idi send the following halacha from Eretz Yisrael? There was an old man in our neighborhood who would go out on a festival in his litter, Gedolki, and they came and asked Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi, the prominent authority of the time, whether it was permitted. Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi says to them, if many people need the man to come and lecture them on Torah matters, it is permitted to transport him into the study hall in that matter. Similarly, our sages relied on the statement of Achi Shekaya, who said, I once brought Rav Huna on a festival from the town of Hine to the town of Shile, and from Shile back to Hine, on a chair of this kind. And Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak said, I once brought Mar Shmuel on such a seat from a festival, from the sun into the shade, and from the shade into the sun. All these instances indicate that it is in fact permitted to use each chair in a festival. The Gemara answers, these cases pose no difficulty, as there is in accordance with the reason that Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi said, if many people need him, it is permitted. However, one who is not needed by the public may not go out in such a chair. You know what? There is still a certain amount left, but we probably should get going. So I'll do part B here.